Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Mystery Ranch Greenbelt Hybrid Backpack, which is a collaboration that they did with Huckberry. And I have to say, this has been one of the bags that feels like kind of a hidden gem that went a little more under the radar this year, which is surprising because it's a really versatile and useful bag. I've been really impressed as I've been testing it out, and in this video I'm going to be talking about my experience using it. I'll show you how I've loaded it out, walk through all the features, and I'll talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, I want to thank Huckberry for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, the look here is pretty unique, but it still has a pretty distinct Mystery Ranch vibe in my opinion. Based off Huckberry's site, it looked like they tried to go for a more retro appearance. So it does have that feel of kind of an older school outdoor hiking backpack. It's got the bungee cords, it's got compression straps, some brighter colors. It's not the most minimal appearance by any means, but I personally like how distinct it is, and it feels like it's still going to be pretty versatile as far as being able to go into the outdoors, traveling, or just exploring a city. As far as the materials, the bag feels solidly built. The primary exterior fabric is a ripstop nylon that feels like it's going to hold up pretty well to rougher usage and also help keep the weight of the bag down while providing a nice amount of weather resistance. Beyond that, you also have some very well protected aqua-guarded YKK zippers all throughout. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you have two external water bottle pockets, and these offer a pretty good amount of space. I was easily able to fit my 26-ounce Yeti Rambler. They're not the tallest compartments, but they do have a nice amount of elasticity and a good fabric to just provide some flexibility. So probably could have put something a little bit thicker in here. You can see it still comes out. So good kind of functionality offered there on both sides. And then you also have some compression straps along each side. I like that they have these buckles to make it very easy to release them, be able to attach additional accessories if you're carrying a tripod, a jacket. I like that these include some strap management, always nice to just maintain a little bit of a tidier look. And a really interesting aspect of the compression here is that there's this little opening in the water bottle pocket that allows the strap to come through on the inside as opposed to actually pushing down on the water bottle pocket, as I've seen with some other bags from companies like the North Face. So really cool, unique design there that I think works really well. Beyond that, you have some compression straps on the bottom. Again, good for holding a yoga mat, additional larger accessories that are just not going to fit on the inside. You have some webbing. Then you have a couple of handles on the side, which is something that I hadn't seen on too many Mystery Ranch bags, so great to see that included here. These aren't super padded or robust or anything like that. Very simple, but still really useful, particularly when you're swinging your bag off. You can just grab it, be able to hold it comfortably. So I like the addition here, and then the additional pops of color that it provides. And then along the front, on the compression straps, you have some reflective accents. So if you're wearing this in a darker environment and some light shines on it, it'll give you some additional visibility. And then you also have a bungee cord along the front, which is always useful to have for holding other things that aren't going to fit on the inside of the bag. If you want to just, place some flip-flops, another jacket, a tripod, yoga mat would fit here too. This has also been called out as kind of a climbing backpack. So again, ropes, shoes, a lot of different sort of use cases for this. So it works well, as opposed to, not having anything here at all, or even compared to some of the compression straps that I've seen on other bags. I think this is really useful and just gives the bag that retro look. And then at the top of the bag, you have this really interesting sort of area where you can slide something through. This is something I hadn't seen on a lot of other bags as of yet. So this seems to be a great spot to maybe slide a jacket through, a shirt, a towel, maybe a rope if you are going climbing. So you have a nice amount of elasticity here, durable material. You also have the Mystery Ranch and Huckberry logo. So lots of functionality throughout the outside. And then as far as the capacity, the bag comes in at about 30 liters, which is a really versatile and interesting size. I've talked about this in a couple of videos in the past. It's a little bit larger than what I would normally want to use for everyday carry. Not quite the same size as some of the larger travel bags that I use, but it's nice that it provides you a little bit of extra space if you have a longer day around the town or if you're going on a longer hike. I was easily able to fit all the items that I normally like to carry with me. And I like that even when the bag is a little bit more packed out, it never feels overwhelmingly big. It maintains a pretty slim profile, making it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping onto public transit, and carrying onto most domestic or international airlines. Taking a look at the harness system, so far the bag has been pretty comfortable to wear. The straps offer a good amount of padding. It's really soft and comfortable and broken in right out of the box. I will say that this doesn't feel quite as robust as the harness systems used on something like the Blitz backpack, so this is not the Futura harness that Mystery Ranch is so well known for, but still good amount of padding, just not quite as stiff. And then on the inside you have a breathable mesh to help prevent moisture from building up. The straps have a decent width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders. I do wish that they had been maybe slightly wider. In case you really pack this out, I could start to see some fatigue maybe settling in, but for the most part, for my normal use cases, they've been fine. They felt good. And then you also have some load lifters and the ability to adjust this to help tweak how it rests on your shoulders and pull the weight close up to your back. On the straps, you also have a couple of rows of webbing and then an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable. Same type of padding that we saw on the straps, well distributed all throughout. Same mesh, so you're gonna have some breathability. There's not a ton of elevation here, so I do wish that there had been some more air channels to give you a little bit more airflow. So even though it's comfortable and it does provide some breathability, as you're wearing this for a longer period of time, this will likely get pretty sweaty. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty simple. At the top, you have a larger quick access pocket. This has a well-protected zipper. I like that it has these little tabs here to make it easy to pull on the zipper. And you have two zipper pulls so you can open it from either direction. These might also help you lock the compartment if you want a little more peace of mind while you're traveling. And then you just have a really nice amount of space, even for some bulkier items. I believe this was designed to hold something like a packable jacket, rain shell. At the moment, I just have some of the items that I grab most regularly during the day. So I have my sunglasses with their case. Then I also have an alpaca organizer pouch with some of my tech and EDC items. And on the inside here, you also have a little lanyard with a carabiner that's going to be a great spot for your keys or a multi-tool. The next area we're going to be taking a look at is the laptop sleeve. This is integrated into the main compartment of the bag, but you have external access via this tall zipper on the side. It's well protected, it has a nice zipper garage, and I like the height here as it's going to make it easy to get larger laptop devices in and out of the bag without having to struggle. At the moment, I currently have a 13-inch MacBook Air, but you can see that there's leftover space at the top, so 15 or 16-inch laptop should be able to fit in here pretty comfortably. And you have a nice amount of padding here, and I like that this is really suspended off the bottom of the ground. It's got a proper false bottom here, so when you place the bag down, it's not making contact with the ground. And then pulling my device out, now with the compartment, you can get a better look at the inside. You can see that it's got this sort of soft hook and loop backing here. So I guess that could help prevent against scratching, or maybe if you have additional sort of compatible accessories, you can include them there. This is also meant to hold a water bladder. So you have a little thing at the top that's gonna help you with the nozzle to kind of thread it through. There's no external sort of port to pass that nozzle through, so it would come out near the top. And we'll take another look at that area when I go into the main area. But as far as laptop protection, with the padding that's offered here and the fact that it's pulled up off the bottom of the ground, it really feels like my device is going to be very well protected while I'm running around throughout the day. Moving into the main compartment, this does have an almost full clamshell style opening, which is really nice. It's different from some of Mystery Ranch's tri-zip bags. This one reminds me a lot of their Blitz backpack, which also had a similar opening that goes all the way down. And I like the style here, as you can use it as a top loader. You can just open up this top section, reach in and grab items from the top that you need to grab more regularly. And then you have these compression straps to prevent it from kind of opening all the way. But if you do want full access, you have to release these so that you can get the zipper all the way down on both sides. And then you have full visibility into this main area. Again, 30 liters of space. Can hold an impressive amount, especially with this flexible fabric. It really just kind of molds around everything that you have on the inside. And at the moment, I just have some of the typical sort of pouches and items that I carry with me on a day-to-day basis. So it's an EDC loadout right now. Jumping in, I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch, 1 liter. Then I have my DJI Mavic Mini with its case. I have my Beat Studio wireless headphones, and then I also have the Civic Access pouch, 2 liters down here at the bottom. And on the sides, you can see that you have these kind of deeper slip pockets, which is nice. They're gonna be great for maybe an additional water bottle, umbrella, shoes. Currently in one of them, I have my packable rain jacket, which I typically have with me. So a nice amount of flexibility there. You can just kind of not use them if you don't want to. I like that I was able to use this and it's still Can kind of work with the water bottle if you have two really bulky items. I imagine they might start to press into each other, but it works pretty well. And then with the amount of space that's offered here, this is also going to work very well as a minimal travel bag. I was easily able to toss in my larger double-sided and compressible packing cube, my dop kit, an additional pair of shoes, and be able to use this for a long weekend trip or even up to a week. And then on the inside here, you also have some additional built-in organization, pretty minimal, but it's still nice that this was included. So you have this sort of elastic slip pocket here. It's gonna be a good spot maybe for something like a mouse that slides in there perfectly. My Apple Magic Mouse, also a good spot for something like portable battery. So I like that this is a little bit more elastic, prevents things from sliding out. Then you also have a little slot for a stylus or a pen. I have my Ridge bolt action pen there. And then you have one additional zippered pocket, same sort of elastic material. I really like this, it feels durable. And again, just gives you some flexibility with what can be stored there. Even something a little bit bulkier, like a power block. You can see that it'll just kind of mold around the items that's there. Also good for smaller items that you just don't want falling out into the main area. So I like that they kept that pretty simple. Then you also have a pretty well padded tablet sleeve here. So this does have some rigidity. It's not just a simple slip pocket. And currently I have my iPad mini in here, but with the amount of space that's offered there, should be able to hold a full size 10 or 11 inch tablet very comfortably. And then on the back, you have the laptop area that we looked at earlier that you can access from the side. Here you can have a better view at the sleeve and just how much it comes up. So if you happen to have a really thick device, this is gonna be able to handle it very comfortably. Pretty good padding on the sleeve. It's got a little bit of rigidity, so that's nice. And then it's suspended as mentioned earlier. And you also have this area here so that this is hydration bladder compatible. If you're using it more for like a longer hike, you have this area here to thread your nozzle through, put it through the external compartment. And yeah, so nice amount of flexibility there. I really like the overall layout and the fact that it's fairly minimal but still useful. And I just really like the flexibility of the bag, the amount of space that it offers, the overall layout, the distinct look. And if you're a fan of Mystery Ranch's bags or of Huckberry's collaborations and you're looking for kind of an all-purpose bag that's going to be great for the outdoors, for the gym, for traveling, and you want something that's going to be comfortable and durable, then this is going to be an awesome option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Mystery Ranch and Huckberry Greenbelt collaboration. You can currently purchase this on Huckberry's site. Normal price for this is going to be around $250, which is definitely a bit of an investment, but feels pretty reasonable considering the features and the build quality and the fact that this is a collaboration, which tend to have a little bit of a higher price point. But I have seen this bag discounted as low as $185, $188. That's what it was at the time of filming this video, which if you can get it at that price point feels like almost a steal given the features and the quality that the bag has to offer, and it's going to compare really well to other similar bags at that price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of were some of the other great options from Mystery Ranch, particularly their Catalyst 26 backpack, which was the other bag they released this year that I've enjoyed using a lot. That one has Mystery Ranch's signature tri-zip opening versus this one that has almost more of a clamshell style opening. The tri-zip is a really versatile way to be able to use a bag as a top loader, and then you can access the full volume of the bag. It's got a pretty distinct look that's not going to be for everybody, but it does provide a lot of just flexibility. It has external water bottle pockets, a nice quick access, a comfortable harness system similar to the one that we saw on this one. I like that the Catalyst 26 has a dedicated laptop compartment that's well padded, suspended, it's very easy to access, and then it has some nice internal organization. So it checks off a lot of the same types of boxes as this bag here. And if you're looking for something again that just has that tri-zip opening or that's maybe going to be a little more compact, and that's going to be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Osprey Proxima backpack, which we looked at earlier this year. It comes in at around 30 liters, so a similar size to this. And it also has a pretty distinct and unique aesthetic. It's offered in some cool color combinations, so it stands out a little bit from some of the more simple kind of black, gray bags that I tend to look at on the channel. And the Proxima has a really great organizational layout. It's got a dedicated laptop compartment that's suspended. It's really large, so it's going to be able to handle probably a 17-inch laptop if you have one of those larger ones. Spacious main compartment that's going to be particularly good if you're looking for something to hold all of your books and binders and stuff if you're a student, but can also work for traveling or longer days around town. It's pretty lightweight material, similar to this one. It's got a pretty comfortable harness system, maybe not as robust as the one found on this one, but it still does a pretty good job. It's got some compression straps on the front to allow you to latch on additional things, kind of like this one, just a different style. And yeah, so in general, it's just going to offer a very versatile, spacious bag with, pretty interesting layout. If you're looking for something like that that's also going to be pretty lightweight, then that's going to be an awesome option to consider. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Evergood CTB26, which I've made a couple of different videos about this year. It's one of my favorite bags of all time. Just a really versatile 26-liter bag that can be used for day to day, for minimal travel. It's got one of my favorite organizational layouts of any bag. Great, just quick access pockets all around. Really awesome external water bottle pockets, an externally accessible laptop compartment that's suspended, well padded. It's got a luggage pass-through, breathable harness system. So just checking off a lot of the boxes, and it also has Evergood's more minimal appearance, which I think is just versatile for taking into a number of environments. So if you're looking for something that's going to give you kind of ultimate access to everything that you need to get to, and that's going to have that subtle appearance, and that's going to be one of the best options to consider. With that being said, the Mystery Ranch and Huckberry Greenbelt Hybrid Backpack holds up really well against all those options. And if you're looking for a spacious, comfortable bag that's going to have a versatile organizational layout and a pretty unique aesthetic, and this is going to be a fantastic option to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Greenbelt Hybrid Backpack and how it compares to some of the other great kind of all-purpose EDC bags that are currently on the market. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Huckberry for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.